Hey YouTube, how you doing? I am here to do a review on the Benchmade Jungle Bolo knife. This knife I got a few months ago and I've been super happy with it. It's been an absolutely fantastic knife for me. It's a great camp knife. In my opinion, this knife can replace a hatchet in your camping kit. Comes with a leather sheath, and as you can see, I've used it quite a bit already. I've done a lot of batoning with it, and I've done a lot of chopping with it. This thing, as you can tell by this deep belly, is made for chopping. That should be obvious. Been super happy with the knife, like I said. The one thing I didn't like initially was this leather sheath. When it was brand new, it was just a little bit on the stiff side, and it made getting the knife in and out, especially when it was on my hip, with doing it one-handed was a little bit difficult. But now that it's been worn in a bit and it's a little bit softer, more flexible, I can get it into my belt one-handed, no problem. It's a 9-inch long blade. You've got just shy of 0.2 inches. I think that the specs say it's 0.195. So good thick blade, splits wood great, and I'm going to show that to you here in just a moment. Got a piece of this is a piece of maple wood that's been, I cut this I think last year. It's got a little bit of split in it already, so this will split real easy. But I'll show you the batoning on this. The batoning's fantastic. As soon as I find my baton, where did I put it? Here we go. Here's my baton. And I'm going to put the blade right on that crack. Oh, this is hard. Okay. Let's try this again. I'm going to break my baton. I need a better baton. Alright, that was a little bit harder than I expected. But just to give you an example, I'm going to get my hatchet and we'll see what another of these pieces of wood do with the hatchet. Okay, so I got another piece of wood, and as you can see, the one I split, this one's just a little bit, not quite as thick, but it's close. Here's Swiss Army hatchet. Let's see how this guy does with it. And once again, you can see it's got a crack in it already. So I'm gonna start on the non-crack. Oh, that is hard. Let's try this way. There we go. Okay, well you can see how hard that is. So on a piece of wood like that, you can split with this. It took some work. Certainly a lot harder than this hatchet. But the hatchet weighs a lot more too. Bigger blade. Anyway, it's a hatchet. This will allow you, though, to go out into the woods, go for a hike, go camping, and split a really hard, good-sized piece of wood. That 9 inches, you've got plenty of room to baton. Now the next test here is how well does this chop? This is another piece of maple, and I cut this down branch I cut a few months ago, and I did some chopping on it then. You can see here all the little chop marks, and I did that with this knife. So it's still wet. Let's see how it does. You can cut, like I said, you can cut down a tree with this knife, and that's good 3.5 inches in diameter, so you could cut down a very sizable tree. There you go. You can chop down a tree with this guy. And just a note, I've had this knife now about 4 months, and I've done a lot of chopping, a lot of batoning with it, and I have not sharpened it once. Never taken it to the stone or anything. This is still the factory edge, and you saw those chunks just flying off. This knife's great. Go camping, in my opinion, I would rather take this knife. It's lighter, it's a little more versatile than the hatchet. Yeah, the hatchet's designed to split wood, so you see how much quicker it went through that chunk of wood than this did. But this will do it. There you go. The Benchmade Jungle Bolo knife. It's a batoning machine. It is a chopping machine. It's got a great edge to it. It's got 1095 steel. Wears great. Leather sheath. I would really love to see Benchmade come out with a small little side pocket, so I could maybe put a fire striker on here, or a honing stone, or something to use up some of this real estate, give you a little more versatility. This thing's awesome. This is my camp knife. When I go camping, I just don't take the hatchet. Nice leather sheath. Rock and roll.